7 Brutal Truths About Loving a Virgo, as written by one. I've always kind of tiptoed around the edges of astrology. I've known what my sun sign is, and which zodiac signs I'm generally share the most compatibility with, but I never held too much stock in any of it. After all, what does being born at a certain time, on a certain day of the week, month or year really have to do with the personality traits that make me who I am? But say what you will about the validity of astrological signs, over my years spent dating and dealing with love and romantic relationships, I've found a few things to be true across the board when it comes to my own sign, Virgo. Many look at Virgos, symbolized by the maiden, naturally, as the most stuck-up, boring, and prude-ish sign. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Just like anything worth having, you have to work to get to the good stuff. Here are 7 brutal truths about dating, relationships and love with a Virgo, the most critical maiden of all zodiac signs in astrology. 1. We like a plan. One thing you need to know about loving a Virgo is that we don't rush into things. We analyze all the options, make a plan, and go from there. Some may call it being a stick in the mud, we call it being prepared. Yes, a spontaneous road trip is great. But first let me just map our route, research food stops along the way, and line up some highly rated Airbnb locations. 2. We make great nerds. If there's one thing Virgos are good at, it's details. The minutiae is where we live. I've been told that I can come off as cold. The truth is my mind is going a million miles a minute, at any given time, taking in all the details around me, or worrying about something that happened at work an hour ago, or what's for dinner later tonight. But we Virgos don't let it show on our face. And that attention to detail also makes us great listeners, because we're actually listening to what you're saying, and not just waiting for our turn to talk. Need somebody to research something for you? We're your best bet. Need someone to low-key stalk a potential boyfriend to see if he's got any skeletons hanging out his virtual closet? Girl, we are so down. 3. We are loyal. Once a Virgo puts their trust in you, that's it. It takes us a bit to get there, laying low and analyzing everything before we jump in, but once we're in, we're in. It's no surprise to me that the majority of my friends, I've had for 20 plus years. I don't make friends easily, but those that stick around to really get to know me, are there for life. 4. We're practical. Maybe it's all the planning, and analyzing and attention to detail, but when it comes down to it, Virgos are the most practical of the signs. You may find that boring, but we find reassurance and comfort in stability and practicality. 5. We're picky about who we love. I've been told more than once that my standards are too high. Virgos have high standards for everyone, most so for themselves. So it takes us a bit to fall in love. But once we do, we're in it for the long haul. We don't do casual well. We're the least likely of all the signs to have a one-night stand. And while our symbol may be the Virgin, don't get it twisted. We're deeply passionate. We're just not willing to let everyone in on that passion. So count your blessings if we choose you. 6. We're independent. Some call it being a control freak, but I like to look at it as a healthy independence. We're unlikely to ask for help, because given our analytical mind and attention to detail, we'll probably do it better than anyone else anyway. And Virgos don't like to show any weakness, or what's going on under the surface, which results in a calm exterior and a do-it-myself attitude. The fastest way to piss off a Virgo is to try and take away their independence. 7. We're discerning about everything. We're not just picky about who we love, we're picky about everything. It's our perfectionist tendencies and love of detail. We're not willing to settle for just okay, when we know we can get as close to perfection as possible. This means you too. Virgos have high standards not only for themselves, but for those around them.